rolling.
We're rolling. So what's up? I'm here with Ryan Powell, aka Gridlok. We're here to ask him a few questions about what's going on in Gridlok's world.
The world of drum and bass.
Yeah. This is his studio here.
All of the original crap to survive somehow. Not one laptop with some speakers yet. You know.
So let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with you the last 3 years since you moved to the city of Los Angeles.
Big changes. Big changes. But when I moved down here, the economy was doing really good, and that's what enabled me to move here.
Yeah.
It was like everything's cracking, drum and bass is awesome, like America's making all this money, like I'm gonna move to LA and make it even better, I come here, unpack my bags, go do a tour in Europe, and while I'm in Europe I'm watching BBC and it's like the US economy crashes. The value of my tour actually dropped like 30% while I was there because of the exchange rate.
Wow.
I get back and it's like, okay, well, welcome to Los Angeles, buddy. You know what I mean? That was how it started, and it was not how I anticipated it, but we're gonna take it from there and run forward.
Yeah. So talk about you moved to Los Angeles. You've been in downtown Los Angeles for about a year.
6 months now.
6 months now.
Yeah.
What have you been doing with yourself this last 6 months?
Being in the void, right? That's what we're going to talk about this album.
Yes.
It's just been a case of artists escape with art, man. And I have no choice but to ignore all this chaos right now. This is just way too much for my brain to deal with. So I'd rather go with what I know, which is music, and just ignore everything else, man. And now I've finished the album, so now I'm gonna have to start a new album to keep ignoring, I guess.
I like that.
And that's pretty much the plan,
So you've really just been working on this album. How long have you been working on the album?
I started it when I was in SF, so 2.5, almost 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years ago. Wow.
I mean, I remember playing one of the tunes to Ed UFO, like 2005. You know what I mean? The beat and the bass line was what I had, and it took like 2 years to find what went with it.
That's awesome.
So it's like a part of me, you know what I mean? It's hard to stop working on it now, but it had to happen. And I think you were there at that point when it was like, I'm not working on it anymore. We're done, regardless.
Yeah, we've had a few of those conversations.
I think it was Andy Warhol that said, like, art's never finished, it's only abandoned.
Nice.
Completely agree with that, Listen to something a year later, and you'll hear all these things you want different. Listen to it 10 years later, there's even more you want different, But then I guess, like, 30 years later, you're like, it was perfect how it was, and that's the wisdom kicking in. I don't know.
So go through some of the songs. What are the songs on the album here? What do we have to
I'm
look
going to be
forward to?
giving you a mix, which is going to be with this video, which will have some of it. And just to remind myself of the track order, here we go. I got 4 12s, and I'm doing like an old school vinyl pack, you know what I mean? 4 12 inches. It's Scuffle is the opening track. That one's a real important opening track because the whole album is super dark, you know what I mean? But Scuffle's kind of like a happy thing, I wouldn't say happy, but more like at peace, you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to start it that way intentionally, so that's the opening tune. Some other highlights is like Steady, the third track on the album, has been being canned by everybody, and that's cool because it's super old school, it's like got like a laid back, slow kind of feel to it, like maybe some old No U-Turn or old Virus kind of vibe, The other big one is definitely Chatter. Drum and bass is all with the breaks and the bass, right? And that tunes that, so a lot of people have been digging it.
Nice.
That's the vinyl basically, and the CD's got 5 more tunes on it, which aren't drum and bass.
What are they?
I've really just gone whatever with that stuff, Like I've done some stuff with no beats at all. I've done some stuff where it's like all about the sound effects. There's not really any music to it. A couple down tempo things. I've had it genrefied in iTunes as trip hop, but I don't really agree with that. You know, it was either industrial or trip hop, so I went with that. But yeah, that's all the stuff. You know, it's 13 tracks in total. It's coming out November 23rd.
Dope.
Distributed worldwide on vinyl through ST Holdings. Distributed digitally through Universal Music Group. So all good.
Nice one. Nice. All right. So go buy Gridlok's album. Release date is when?
It's The Void. It's out November 23rd. Project 51 Recordings.
Big up. Media Contender out.